record button here. Welcome everyone, Twitch and YouTube. Very special set of streams in the next week and a half. I will be playing in the Mox, as you may or may not know. The Mox is going to be a split format modern and vintage cube. So I'm not a vintage cube connoisseur by any means. I have a decent idea of what's going on, but nothing crazy. So we're gonna try to do some practice on stream and off stream. So you guys are getting some of the practice on stream. This pack looks really weak. Like really weak. Um, I think I mean, my first thing is like this doesn't put me in any colors, and then you can play it in any deck, I guess. But like this card is like, I think this deck is like this pack is pretty underpowered. Like you can, I can't imagine you. I mean, you could pick Resto, Skydiver, Wall, or something there. But I would rather just pick Portal, I think, as it is not going to put me into any kind of color combination or anything like that. Here, Dimir Signet is probably one of the better signets as blue-black. Treachery, I assume, is quite strong as a very powerful blue card that wins you the game. I would think that the best plays here are Treachery or Dimir Signet. I mean, I think Skyclave Apparition is a really strong card as well, but I don't think it's at the same level of like Treachery and Signet. I don't think I would pick Impulse over Signet. So I think I'm more inclined to pick Treachery. I think it's a lot easier to replace a Signet than a Treachery, even though this is probably what the best colored combination Signet. Maybe the second best because blue-red is probably the best. I don't know. I don't think that I would. Yeah, I'm going to take Treachery here. I assume that's the second best Signet or something similar, right? Oh boy. I guess this is a Snappy. Because the rest of these cards don't look stellar. Yeah, I can't imagine I could justify picking any of these other cards in this situation. I mean, I like a tracker, but it's not incredible. And this duel is not blue. Makes me not really super interested in it. I'm going to definitely pick a Snapcaster here, I think. Oh, wow. This is a good pack for us. I feel like Teferi or Cryptic Command are probably better than Negation, I would think, but I'm not sure. Like I assume Cryptic Command is like very, very strong. Yeah, I mean, I definitely could see Force of Negation being strong, but it's not Force of Will. You think that the Force of Negation is stronger than Cryptic Command here? I'm pretty sure it's like incredibly close. I'm more interested to find out how good Negation is, though, so I think I'm more likely to pick it. I think I would normally maybe pick Cryptic Command in this situation, but I kind of want to see how good this force is. Yeah, what's up, Revenant? Thank you for subscribing with the Prime. Appreciate that. Glad you're putting out a bunch of content recently. So, I have no idea how good Shark Typhoon is, but I assume it can't be that bad. I don't know if it's better than a blue-black dual land that's also a creature. I can't imagine that it would be, but the possibility that we don't even end up being. I mean, I feel like it has to probably be this. Like this is really strong. I feel like this could be playable card though. Interesting. Pretty sure this is fine. I don't really think you want to put like grab thirst over like a powerful spell is kind of what I would think. All right, now we are certainly into cards that don't exactly do things. This is probably the most likely to be played in our deck though. Pretty sad this didn't get an old border card printing. I mean, we could still definitely end up in like a blue artifact based shell. I don't think these other cards are super good in our deck. I guess you could theoretically play this Rager, but I'm not thrilled with that idea. I think there's like a much higher upside in taking a Gilded Lotus. Mm, no, I don't think I'm gonna take a hero. Wow, we got all the white cards wheeled in this pack. I guess. I think Expansion Explosion is actually the pick. I think Expansion Explosion is better than Desire. How is this Skyclave all the way around? Maybe we should have pivoted to white. So clearly no one's in red or white. Well, I think Forge Master is a bit of a trap. Probably not even good in our deck. Holy shit, yeah. Just no one is in red or white, I guess. Wow. Yeah, maybe we should have taken a hero Blade Hold and just gone in. Hmm. We would have gotten what? Hero of Blade Hold and Resto or something? I think this is just a pretty easy image. I think I have a pretty high. I like this card a lot. I don't hate a Scarab God though. We don't really know what flavor of blue we are yet. I think image makes the most sense though. Mhm. I don't want to take this Hollow Fountain and then maybe we'll wheel Mystic or Banishing Light. This one doesn't really have a lot for us. Guess we can just take a Frost Titan. How good is Deluge in this format? I guess that's a pretty reasonable question to ask. Not worth picking over Titan though, right? I don't think that would be the case. Deluge is great. We don't know we're gonna be black yet, but I kind of would like to be Esper at this point, I think. Hmm. I think I just want this signet. So deck looks really bad. If we really want lingering, there's almost zero chance it doesn't come back. Maybe we're just supposed to take a Vindicate here. Our deck is terrible. Though we wouldn't really have had anything for mono white in this pack too, would we? I don't think we would have. Oh, there's a demonic tutor. I didn't see the demonic tutor. First card. Yeah, we'll definitely take a demonic tutor. Mm, blue green signet? Probably fine. 6 man. I think I want to miscalc here. 2-drop tribal. Let me take this Selfless Spirit, Vanguard, Mother, Skyclave, Rakdos return. I mean, we really don't have to be. We probably need to be blue black, but we don't have to be blue black white. We are certainly doing Esper random cards in Magic's history. Certainly looks like what we're doing here. Ah. Is this a C-Chrome or an O-Ring? We were trying to wheel the Banishing Light, so we don't really need to pick the O-Ring. We could just take a Thoughtseize. I don't think that's a terrible idea. The amount that I've gotten Thoughtseize, and it had been really bad for me so far in Cube, has been quite high. I think I want a Thoughtseize here. Yeah, this deck, I mean, we do have powerful cards, but I don't know how strong that deck is. I feel like Gush is not that good of a card in this format. I'm not a super big land taxer. I feel like we just take an on-color, possibly on-color duel here. We want to play white. Not the greatest kind of duel, but I mean, it's like 8th pick in this pack, right? 9th pick in this pack. I think our deck looks pretty medium. So we did wheel the Banishing Light like we said we were going to. I think that's better than having whatever the hell that card is. I also think it's better than a Damnation. I'm not thrilled with this. This looks like the worst deck that I've drafted yet. Card looks atrocious. I'm not exactly sure what we need to salvage this draft. Maybe just Ancestral Recall. Maybe we can figure out a way to get an Oracle combo. I mean, Gideon Jura is probably good in our deck, so maybe we should just take a Gideon. I feel like you could maybe salvage some way of doing a Thassa combo, but I feel like we just want this Gideon. I mean, this deck does have cards that can win games of Magic. Just not convinced. Not convinced. So this is what? We have Sower, Teferi, Wheel Face Fetters. Is Sower better than Teferi? I guess that's a question that's worth asking. I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that question is. Yeah, we did. We would have. We wouldn't have had thoughts of brain freeze. Sad days. Hmm. Just a blade splicer. This is kind of a Feldar retreat deck, actually. Really slow card though. I feel like just a blade splicer is fine, but we don't have any blink right now, so not sure how good that actually is. We already like lost the ability to have resto. Feldar's unplayable. I mean, our deck looks pretty unplayable to me. Like what our deck actually factually does nothing powerful, right? I'll take this blade splicer. Hmm. Can we facilitate the upheavaling? Theoretically. We have what, 2 signets and a lotus? I mean, it's a pretty good Misty Rainforest off for our hollow one. It's got a 3-Wit Inspector, which I don't think is terrible in this deck, but it doesn't look great. Has a Godless Shrine. I'm not really convinced we're going to be able to make an upheaval work, but I feel like it's the most upside, right? I feel like you could argue that Misty Rainforest is a better pick here. I don't know. I really do want our deck to do something powerful. I don't really understand if this is the way we want to go about it, though. Don't really think it is, but let's try. Man. Well, Misty is really only a 2-color land right now, as we only have one fetchable source off of it. I know chat wants to do fun things, but I'm trying to make this deck workable. It just doesn't feel like we are actually getting anywhere towards that. Like, we do have cards that are powerful, but they don't really do powerful things together. If we win games, it's going to be based on our treachery or something. I don't really know what we want in this pack either. Like, catch-all answer. Like, these other cards don't really work with what we're trying to do. Swords? Is that... I mean, we have so many answers, but like... just don't know. I do think we want swords with our Snapcaster Mage, though. We picked up a Force of Will? Interesting. We don't have a lot of blue cards. Our deck is so dirtily. Feel like we would never play the Duress, but we would likely to be... Well, maybe we would play the Duress. Be more likely to want to Condemn in the sideboard, or maybe a Duress. Oh, we certainly dirtle, that's for sure. Oh, I do like Opheomancer. I'm a pretty big fan of this card. I don't know exactly how good it is, but I want it. So we did Wheel the Faith's Fetters, I guess. I think it's pretty good. I do think we can win games with our deck. I don't think it's I don't think it's all is lost, but oh boy. I feel like we actually want this Gauntlet Shrine. Oh man, this deck is just a nice pile. Just a nice trash pile here. I really don't feel like we're upheavaling, chat. I don't know who suggested that. It doesn't really look like that's like what we're going to be doing. We barely have enough blue cards to make these forces work. But so we might have to play upheaval just because it's blue. Yikes. I don't know. I don't know. I will be happy if we get a win with this deck, I think. It doesn't look stellar. I don't actually think we would have had a very good mono white deck either though. If we had switched. I mean, I'm probably gonna play that Inquisition. Oh yay. Spectral. Alright, we wield the Condemn. How about that? Good lord. Alright, what do we do, chat? How do we build this? What is the best way? We're basically white-black garbage pile. We can cut 5 cards from this deck. Good god. What do we do? This deck is quite unplayable, right? Am I crazy? How do I cut 5 cards from this deck? I feel like they're all equally bad. No, I actually think Phantasmal Image is like one of our chances to win the game by copying our opponent's Grizzle Rand and swordsing it. I actually don't think you want to lose this image. I think image is one of our better cards. I kind of don't think we are actually... Man, I don't know. Deck is a train wreck. I feel like this card's going to be quite uncastable. Though I think most of our blue cards are quite uncastable, so... Good god, I don't know. Really wish I didn't have this negation. I feel like we should like try to index off of white, maybe a little bit here. How many? What is our What are our next 2 worst cards from here? Oh boy, I'm afraid if I cut the Gideon, I will not be able to win the game. I don't think that's unreasonable at all. I just am like really worried about our blue count. Lotus is kind of the only way we were making upheaval work, but I think upheaval is quite garbage here. We basically have no way to do anything after the upheaval. We ended up with what? No fetch lands either. This mana base is going to look like garbage. Oh, I need to color sort this. Blue. Blue. Black. White. This is disgusting. Blue, blue, 3 white, 3 black, 2 island. Yeah, I actually think this is correct. Probably. Pretty close. This is a train wreck, though. Alright, let me take a picture of this. Train wreck. Ooh, 3, 3, 4, 3. I feel like every time I end up on stream, I draft blue, white, black train wreck. Isn't that true? I feel like the last time we did this, I drafted blue, white, black train wreck as well. All right. Oh, I forgot we have a Skyclave apparition. It's a little hard to cast. All right, so this is round 1 with our Esper shitter pile. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can't salvage something here. This looks pretty reasonable to me. Honestly, probably one of our better hands. What are we DTing for, chat? What's our best card in our deck? Is there a good card in our deck? I do think that if we got paired against the aggro players, we do have a bunch of cards to board in, and we might be okay, actually. Green, huh? I wonder... Alright, time to DT. So we have a play on turn 4, and if we draw a blue source, we have a play on turn 5. So we're really looking for a play next turn. Things that are reasonable plays. We could just get a Signet. If we get a Simic Signet, then we could play that next turn, and then we could play Treachery if we needed to. I think that's kind of weak. Maybe Ancestral is just our best choice here. It doesn't look like we have very many reasonable options, to be perfectly honest. I think I'll just get an Ancestral Vision. Yeah, I think Bitter Blossom might be okay. Channel. Maybe we should have gotten Force of Will, chap. It was a little hard to get a Force of Will there. Ah, it's going to be Emrakul? Okay. Well, close game. Both teams fought hard. Now. Yes. So we think they're, green channel deck. Do we make any changes? Maybe we want a Wrath? I don't know. I mean, What are any of these cards really gonna help us? Or like we already have a bunch of interaction in our deck. Um, I feel like we should just run it back. I don't know. What do you want? Like, what are we bringing in? Like, or if we bring in Wrath of God, what do you want to take out? Inquisition? Sure. No, I think Miscalc is great. What are you talking about? Yes, the min prize is $5,000. So, like, I'm not allowed to keep this hand after what we just saw, right? I have to mulligan to something better. Oh my god, are we keeping this? We don't have enough blue cards in our deck. This is just should we just drop? Let's just drop and draft again. Just drop and draft again, I think. This is not a legal keep, right? I don't think so. This is better, I guess. Holy shit. We're just gonna get turn 2 channel Emrakul again? What am I gonna like? What am I supposed to do? I have to mulligan to blue card force. Am I getting 17 lands or something? I could maybe run less lands. Channel? Ah, Wall of Roots. Okay. Sure. This is a lot less stressful hand than the last one. I don't know, man. All I know is my mono red deck was much better than this deck. I can tell you that right now. Without a doubt, my mono red deck was much stronger than this. I'm pretty sure actually every deck I've drafted in Vintage Cube has been better than this deck. This is easily the worst deck I've drafted. The fuck is that? I'm just gonna lose to random green card. I like do have a lot of good cards that answer that. I highly doubt I'm going to draw them. Aha! My brilliant counter plan. What now, opponent? What now, opponent? It's the Mox. You win a showcase and you get to go play the Mox, and the Mox has 75k in prizes. I in fact won the Vintage Showcase qualifier, I guess is what it's called. I know it was a surprise to many, including myself. Nah, I'm just kidding. It was dope though. Okay, ever flowing chalice. Good thing we had our own Vorinclex, or this would have gotten out of hand really quickly, huh? This is stupid. Why are we playing this? We should just play and just draft again. Oh god, they made Old Border Mystic Sanctuary? Oh no, not that. I'll just snap off this Vorinclex trade. All right. We might win this game. Opponent has done not very much powerful, and we're about to draw 3 cards. So we're about to draw 5 cards. Because I'm going to draw 3, and then I'm going to draw 4, and then I'm going to draw 5. So if we can't find anything worthwhile in 5 cards, it's on me. All right, we didn't really find anything worthwhile, did we? Should we hit this Chalice? I feel like we should Night's Whisper first off. Good God. Okay, let's just go down to 0 life here. Channel bribery. Okay. We don't have. Do we have anything to bribery? Who's got the picture of this deck? Oh my God, I got rid of the picture? How'd I get rid of the picture? We can just like let them have. I mean, channel doesn't do anything, so we're probably taking bribery. But bribery, actual factual hits. Opheomancer. That's the only card it actually hits. Okay, so now I don't even have to hit this Chalice. I mean, I guess they can draw Emrakul, which is the only thing we would be really scared of, but I would just negate the channel, so I think I just hit this bribery, and then I play a Skyclave, and I hit this Yens. Well, is that dangerous? Maybe I'm still just supposed to hit this Chalice and trade Yens? No, because channel is like if they cast channel, it means they have an Emrakul, and we just negate it, right? Like, no, what? The channel doesn't do anything, chat. I think I'm actually just supposed to hit the Solemn Simulacrum here. Yeah, I just saw the Sanctuary on Twitter. It does look really nice. I mean, we're currently winning this game by a lot, I think, so. This is a bait, right? This is a bait, right? There's no way they actually drew an Emrakul off the top. Well, it doesn't matter. I have to counter it. I'm not allowed to not counter it. I'm just not allowed to let it resolve. I wanted to hard cast my negation, but... So what do they have here? 9, 12? 13, 14? Maybe I was supposed to hit the Chalice. Maybe I was supposed to hit Chalice. I can't play Bitter Blossom. Oh my God, my deck is a trash. My deck is so bad. I don't deserve to win this game. They just cast Emrakul, don't they? Like if they draw one more land? 6, 7, 10. Oh no, they're not actually close. Sorry. 6, 7, 10, 11, 12. So they're still pretty far off. All right, what'd you draw? They drew Eureka. Oh, we're gonna get Emrakul. Good God. I think we're supposed to put this Bitter Blossom in play, right? No, I don't think we're allowed to. I think we have to deal with Emrakul without putting the Bitter Blossom in play. Well, the problem is we have to draw it exactly in our top 2 cards, which seems unlikely. I mean, opponent really wrecked us here with their top decks in comparison to our 7 cards that we drew. Each player votes. If Carnage has more votes... All right, so we're just never going to get that. I actually think we do have to put this Bitter Blossom in play. Yeah, it was pretty unfortunate because I do think we should have won this game, but I can't target this, right? Protection from spells, or can't I assume I can't target this. It's okay. We have a blocker, chat. Everything is fine. If this was any other Eldrazi, we could totally be fine here, right? Uh... I guess I can always let my Bitter Blossom go to the Annihilator at some point. So this is still theoretically winnable game. I guess it'd probably be this point. I feel like 2 more draws is like the max, right? 'Cause I don't think we can take Annihilator 6 twice and still hope to win. Let's see what Annihilator 6 looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the Bitter Blossom. Because that lets us still cast. No, I think we just hit 6 lands. How many lands do we have? 1, 2, 3, 6, 10, 11 lands. We lose 5 and go to 6. And then we need to get more sack thing. I think I actually want to take one more turn. I want to do that in the other order. Oops. I've just only drawn lands this game, right? I swear I've just only drawn lands. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I've drawn 14 of 17 lands. I have 3 lands in my remaining 17 cards. All right, maybe I just like really low rolled this game. Is it really a Justin game if I'm not horrendously unlucky? Let's be honest. I mean, we almost raced this. Not really, but maybe we would have won if I had treachery'd last turn. I'm just like trying to hit my out of Wrath of God. We would have gotten what, 2 more damage in? Okay, I still am going to ask for Carnage. I was not given Carnage. Can I draw Wrath of God? Fuck, man. I feel like so unlucky. Like, DT at any point was fine. Really was only, what, DT and Wrath of God were the only real cards? I guess there were 4 more lands? Hmm. I guess I really only had DT Wrath of God. Vanishing Light can hit it? So can Gideon, right? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this game was like pretty easily winnable if we had just drawn any cards that mattered instead of 15 lands or whatever. All right. It's okay. I think our deck was quite bad. So. Okay, chat. Here we are for our second draft of the night. I'm looking at just taking Grizzlebrand as its really strong card in both Reanimator and Sneak Attack decks. Counterspell's also probably a fairly strong pick. Scalding Tarn's pretty good as well. Oh, sorry. There we go. I think that I'm just taking Grizzlebrand here as it allows me to be in two of the most powerful archetypes. The most powerful blue, sometimes not blue, but most of the time blue archetypes. I think Counterspell is not unreasonable, and I think Tarn would be like overvaluing fetch lands. So I'm gonna go with Grizzlebrand here. This looks like a pretty easy Oko to me. There was a Mox in that pack. Did I miss a Mox? I think this is like, oh, Chrome Mox. I think this is just an easy Oko. Oko and being one of the best planeswalkers in the cube, I would assume. Blue green Signet. Probably better than a Sphinx, right? I would think so. I feel like no. I don't think taking Elf here is better than taking blue green Signet. That seems wrong to me. No, it's not really about what I want to play. It's about what is the correct pick. I'm trying to make good choices. I really want to divorce it from what do I want to play. I think as long as that I end up in one of the like powerful archetypes, then it's going to be okay. So I'm going to take the Signet here. I think it's like more powerful than an elf. The blue Signet, cast Oko seems really strong to me. All right, someone tell me how good control magic is because it used to be really good, but then people told me it wasn't as good. Liliana is a signal. It's pick number 3. Is Liliana so strong that you consider it a signal on pick 3? Feel like I want to pick Chartacourse here. I'm a pretty big fan of Chartacourse. It's similar to what Imp is doing, except that it will actually be playable in our deck if we do not end up on Reanimator. I know people think this is, or some, I think the Zoomers were saying it's a really strong card. I'm not a huge Imp fan. I can take a Deceiver Exarch, or I could take an Impulse. Hmm. The Exarch is a little speculative, but ending up in like Rug Exarch with Oko and Signets is like definitely a place I would be okay ending up. I don't know like how replaceable something like Impulse is, but maybe this is greedy. Could be considered greedy, I would think. What do I do here? Is Days actually playable? I don't know about this pick. I kind of think that if the thing we're currently doing, Days looks good in. I've had some like last round's deck would not have been a Days deck, but this deck seems reasonable. I kind of think we want this Faithless looting. It's just a pretty reasonable red card selection for our Deceiver Exarch, but it also is a discard for our Grizzlebrand if that is where we end up going with our lives. What is this card? It has so much text on it, chat. Yeah, but I think that like looting is the best card in this pack, right? Packrat. Packrat. Is Packrat fast enough in cube? It's not good. It's not fast enough. My chat believes many different things, and there's only like 5 of you talking, but I think all 5 of you have very different opinions. I'm gonna take this pack rat. I think it's not a terrible idea with Grizzlebrand and the current cards we're doing. I kind of don't hate the idea of having an Imperial Recruiter here. I don't know exactly where we're going to be. I feel like we need to open something to really help us into one of our directions, but we're pretty open to doing any of the more powerful things. I don't really care if things are lame, but I just want to be doing well. I think this is pretty reasonably thief. We might just end up just splashing Oko. I don't really feel like it's been super open. I don't really think I need a Chubies. I guess it is open, seeing as the Llanowar Elf came all the way back around. I don't think Freebooter's bad, but I don't feel like it's strong enough. I feel like this is at least something that's a sign. I don't know. We did pass another elf. I don't really want to be an elf deck no matter what, though. I should have picked the Freebooter. All right. I meant to pick the Freebooter. I was just like talking through it and didn't have enough time. I'm gonna still pick this in case we end up there. Oh, the goose came. Man. I mean, I'm gonna pick the goose. I have like a card from every archetype. All right. Well, I technically have a bunch of vintage playable cards here, right? So, what the fuck do we do? Oh boy. Is this an opposition deck? How good is Shelldock in this cube? I do actually think this deck is not a bad. It could actually be an opposition deck. It could be. I just don't know how good Shelldock is. I know Shelldock is a strong card at some points in some cubes, but I'm not really digging through my cards very fast. Yeah, but we don't know which one we are yet. I'm gonna take a fucking opposition here. I don't. It feels like we're not going to be Reanimator, but it feels really hard to tell. Now, am I supposed to take DT or am I supposed to take this Delta? 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 Feel like you can't. I can't afford to take this DT. The Delta over this DT. Yeah, I mean, we technically have 2 cards that discard cards. I'm aware. All right, we have a reoccurring nightmare. Our deck can make creatures to reoccurring nightmare. uh... We're a little too open, right? There's also a Golgari Signet. Bro, I don't fucking know. Why do I have so many choices in these ones? Maybe we are in Reanimator. Corpse Dance is like the worst one of these Reanimator cards, right? I feel like it's pretty garbage. Like, what am I taking instead, though? Or do I want to take this thing and be reanimated? Like, this is a pretty weak thing to be reanimating. I feel like we would rather just, do this. I guess. What about skydiving? I think we would rather be whispering. Hmm. This deck is a fucking pile. All right, so we have what? Holy shit. I guess we can have a nasty Terrasty this weekend. There are 2 Moxes this weekend. They are both Modern and Vintage Cube, Season 2 and Season 3 of 2020. uh, Holy shit, we're so I don't know, man. I'm not allowed, like, this is a pretty good card to be reanimating in Recurring Nightmare. Brutality is pretty reasonable in our deck. There's also a Pestermite. Maybe we'll take Brutality here, try to make our deck actually function. Ooh, a Demir Signet. I do like that. All right, let's say we're not red just for a quick sec. Oh, there's a deck. There's Necromancy. What the fuck does this read? Got a lot of words on it, chat. I'm not thrilled the amount of reading I'm gonna have to do there. I feel like we're not gonna play any of these cards. Maybe I'm just gonna hate draft this disenchant if we're gonna be playing things like necromancy. What did I end up getting? Got the disenchant. We did end up wheeling the Stoneforge, huh? Is Valky playable? Or should I just take this Hermit? This Hermit is impossible to cast. I think Tasker is bad. All right, where are we at, chat? We're at Bug, Reanimator, I guess. we have some cards that work inside of Bug Reanimator. Animate Dead? I wouldn't call that 20 playables. I mean, I like Remans a lot, but I don't think I'm allowed to pass on an Animate Dead. We do kind of need to find one more really good target. I did pass out on the Woodfall premise that I really wanted. We did hit the Kiki Jiki, by the way. We could have had Exarch Pestermite, Kiki Jiki, Imperial Recruiter. Fuck, man. All right, whatever. We're just here. We're doing the thing. Yeah, I mean, you were picking a Llanowar elf that wheeled on the first, like in pack 3 or something. So very clearly different. I feel like this is gonna kill more of our lands than anything else, but I also think it's correct. So, oh man, Exhume. All right, hold on. We need to refactor here into the. We're actually getting a bunch of reanimate cards now. Do you think we want this Exhume? Bizarre. Oh, I think we want this tropical island. Casting both of our splashes. Living Death is like, I'm not a huge fan of that card. Feel like, man, we would have had Celis conscripts too. Yeah, we could have had everything. I think we just want this. Another discard outlet is probably pretty good here. I think I would rather have the dish. Maybe we can wheel this and just take like the powerful card. We actually can protect this card pretty well with our pile of ridiculously bad creatures. So maybe it's actually fine. We have some good planeswalkers. Another reanimated spell. Or should we just get an Inkwell to... Oh, man. Ooh. This is actually a reasonable hit. I don't know if we need it or more than we need a mannequin, though. What do we need the most here? We currently have 3 reanimate spells. think we want this mannequin. I think that's fine. Duress? Every time I've ever played Duress in this cube, they just kill me with whatever like their best creature is. I'm not 100% sold on Duress being better than making our actual game plan feasible. This doesn't really seem castable. Maybe we would rather just have another land that casts our I mean, I don't think we're gonna play opposition, but we do need to play like Oko. Man, I really wish we were fucking blue red Kiki. I feel like we could have had an insane blue red Kiki deck. I can't believe the card you guys are suggesting. It just seems like completely unreasonable. Well, I do think we ended up with a playable pile. It'll just be a question of how good is this. We don't have the best reanimate targets. Like, I kind of wish we had taken an Ink the Inkwell. But the Sphinx wield, so maybe we wield the Inkwell. I don't know. We wield the Prowler. I mean, I think this deck is much better than our last deck, for what it's worth. We have a lot of choices. I don't think this deck is bad. All right, so we have this, this, this. I don't think we want Living Death. I don't think we want to play Opposition. It's just going to be too hard on our mana. I actually think we're just not going to be able to play Daze either. We're just kind of splashing blue in our black green reanimator deck. And then this card is like really bad too, huh? I don't know if we're gonna be on this life either. So we have these blue cards, and then we have DT's Whisper, and then we have Pitch, 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 Pitch. Yeah, I wish we hadn't taken Mannequin. We have 5. How many discard out? I mean, we ended up with like honestly pretty good. We ended up with what? 5 reanimate spells, 5 discard outlets, 3 targets, and then a bunch of signets, draw spells, powerful planeswalker. Like this deck pretty reasonable. I do think we wish we had that duress. I kind of agree with that statement, but all right. So what we have here, we've got 3 blue lands, 2 blue signets. Do we need an island at all? We definitely don't need a forest. Maybe we want a Sphinx. Maybe we want one more target. What do you want to cut? Do you want to cut chart? Or do you want to cut one of these fatal push, like fatal push? And we have fatal push for our sideboard. Well, these are both kind of do. I feel like you would want to. We're never casting a turn 1 goose is the problem, chat. Mannequin is garbage. Yeah, don't buy that. Don't love Simic Signet. I can buy that. It's a little weird. I could buy that. I'm pretty sure this is what, one island and then a pile of swamps. Like that? We have too many lands, right? Why do we need 17 lands in this deck? We don't. We don't need 17 lands, right? We curve out at 3. But I guess what else are we bringing in? I guess you made me cut the Simic Signet. Mm, mm. We're definitely not playing Days, chat. We have 1 island, 2 islands in our deck. we're definitely not playing. I feel like I would rather just cut this swamp instead of adding another island and play a Simic Signet. I'm pretty sure that's better. I definitely don't want to play another island. I just want to play all swamps here. It's not really an island deck. Like, I think you're forced into 1 island, but I don't think you want any more. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's definitely not as bad as the last thing we drafted. We were in a lot of places. Okay, I'm in for this. Hmm. I do think I had a chance of being blue-red Kiki Jiki in this draft, but unfortunately, I guess we didn't see a twin, but we saw Exarch, Pestermite, Kiki Jiki, and Zealous conscripts as things we could pick to our Imperial Recruiter deck. I don't hate where we ended up being. I definitely think we're the only Reanimator player, so I don't think this was a bad place to be. So I'm not unhappy. What is an Usher the Fallen? Let's see. Okay. Like, I do think this is pretty good. We execute our plan at a pretty high consistency. Like, we have a lot of discard outlets, a lot of reanimate spells, and a decent set of reanimate targets. And then we also just have an Oko. So plan B, right? All right, chat. We're in it for the long haul. I expect our opponent to almost time out. Let's see what happens here. Round 1 of this new cube draft. This hand's like not great, but I think it's fine. Like, we have a Bazaar and we have spells and we have pretty okay with this. It really is the only person I didn't want to play against, just because I don't know how many drafts they're doing at the same time as us. Maybe they just had like a bunch of drafts going the first time around. I definitely think I would rather get my mana before playing a Bazaar of Baghdad. Bazaar of Baghdad is basically a spell, and if we're using it as our land drop, then we're going to get behind, which we don't want to do. Currently, our only reanimate spell right now is the one where we need to have a creature in play, which is a little annoying. What we really want to find is better things. um, see what my opponent vamped for. Taiga. Bob? Oh, library, sure. Oh, drew the Grizzlebrand. So we should just chart a course, I think, because we do need to find a better reanimate spell. Found a DT. Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to like DT for reanimate, but hmm. I wonder how the best way to sequence this is. I'm really not sure. Like right now, what do we do? What is the best way? Not like we can DT for reanimate and reanimate next turn. So the nearest we can reanimate is, unless we draw something, is turn 4. So maybe we don't even DT. Maybe we like look to do a brutality this turn or an Ashiok or something. Oath of Druids. I definitely just want to play Ashiok now. Yeah. Isn't Oath of Druids like a little hard to work in Cube? They took my Woodfall premise. I wanted it. So they have to kind of have a removal, like a hero's downfall or something for Ashiok. What ways can you give people creatures? Oko? I have the Oko. I actually don't know if we're going to be reanimating Grizzlebrand this game, right? Kind of feels like we should just sit on our Ashiok. Unfortunately, we don't have very much permission, so maybe it's not the strongest play. Let's see what our opponent does. Oh, they Maelstrom post Ashiok. All right, so I guess we are going to have to Grizzlebrand. Well, I don't have a way to kill this, right? I don't think so. I can play Oko if they had an artifact. I mean... Oh, I can Terrastodon it. Maybe that's just the play. Maybe the play is find a Terrastodon. Should we demonic for... That's true. That's true. Unless it's like an Emrakul, though. I don't know if I'm willing to risk that in the game that it looks like we're super far ahead in. I don't really want to DT for... I kind of want to just draw 2 cards. I think I'm just going to draw 2 cards. I think I just want to get a bunch of mana in play right now. I don't really want to go too hard here. I still don't have a reanimate spell, chat. I have a reoccurring nightmare, but I would need to get a creature in play first. But a Terastodon seems reasonable. I could even Terastodon not the Oath of Druids. The problem is my Oath of Druids are I have like a bunch of putrid imps and stuff in my deck, which I don't really want to hit. So I don't know how I feel about that, Cody. It's an interesting play though. It's a fun play for sure. Hmm. Should I be worried about opponent having like the reanimate in their deck? Just a random reanimate? I mean, when am I ever going to lose to elephants? So it's not like an unreasonable play. What did they just regrow? They regrow to Vamp. Uh-oh. What are they going to Vamp for? Fuck is this? Okay. All right, what do they Vamp for, chat? Beast Within? We can always just play this recurring nightmare, right? Oh, activate as a sorcery? Never mind. Hmm. Should we just get a Grizzlebrand? ET for Oko. What's that do, though? Nothing right now. Now we're using more clock. I guess we're not actually using clock. I mean, we don't have very many choices, right? We can either put the Grizzlebrand in play, or we can try to find a Terastodon. I think we're going to activate this Bazaar of Baghdad. All right, we found the Terastodon. Though I do need to DT, I think, still. One, two, three, four, five. So I can DT for an Animate Dead, or just DT for an Exhume. I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna hit the Oath of Druids, though. I feel like it's pretty hard for me to lose if I just, like, hit their two things that matter. I want to keep the recurring so I can, like, loop through my shit. We had a kind of a winning board state with Esper, but we just drew very poorly and got Emrakuld, so we did not win any games. Oh, do they have Entomb? Oh, shit. Okay. Maybe I should have gone for Animate Dead? I don't know. It kind of seems... What is the worst thing that could happen here, though? Now I can just get the Grizzlebrand instead of the Terastodon. This, like, what can possibly go wrong, right? Maybe they have the Inkwell? I could always hit my own island with Terastodon as well. They got an Ulamog. God damn it, we're gonna lose to that. Oh my fucking god. We can't beat that card. We have an Oko in our deck, but we used our DT. So, fuck. I guess what we should do is we should Grizzlebrand and draw cards. and hope we hit the Oko. But then we have to block. Motherfucker. I guess I misplayed this game terribly. I shouldn't have gotten Exhume. I was just like worried they were going to kill my Animate Dead. This exiles 20 cards? We can't even beat that. No, we just lose. We just lose because I played Exhume. I actually hit the Oko too. Fuck me, dude. Oh no, I feel like I should have played around Entomb. It was really easy. I just get Animate Dead. Like if they remove my creature, I can still win the game. That was fucked. Well, if we had Animate Dead, I would not have gone for Grizzlebrand. I would definitely have put the Terrastodon in play. Though they would probably have just reanimated an Ulamog anyways, right? They had a Vamp Tutor, so theoretically they would have entombed Ulamog and then vamped for a reanimate spell. So I don't think but then we would have had a chance to get my Oko. It's my fault. I don't think I was supposed to exhume there, I guess. It's pretty tilting, but at least we learned something, I guess. Nothing races Ulamog. We had 21 cards in our deck, so we would have drawn to 20, went to 0, and died. If we didn't hit Oko. Maybe we're supposed to bring in opposition? It's really impossible to cast. We also just didn't have creatures in play. I could have easily have gone for Animate Dead or Necromancy there. I just thought Exhume made the most sense because it played around them having like a Beast Within. Hand sucks. Hand sucks. Well, I don't know. I think we could have made an assumption that they had like Reanimate and an Entomb in their deck, the way they looked, the way they were doing Oath of Druid things. I don't think that's an unreasonable assumption to make, to be honest. Now, am I supposed to play Pack Rat? Or I guess if I draw a land, I can play Pack Rat. But if I don't draw a land, am I just supposed to play Signet instead? Hmm. Hmm. I think we're going to lose. I think we just like mulligan terribly right there. And we're probably just going to lose to their 7-card hand, right? Which is pretty sad. Oh, I should definitely have boarded that out. Maybe not. It does kill the creatures. I don't really have cards to bring in either. Yeah, but the thing is, playing around an enchantment, like if they have enchantment removal, I'm never going to lose the game because of it. But if I exhume, I can lose the game. You know? Like if they have enchantment removal, it's not the end of the world. I'm gonna be fine. But if they have exactly Entomb, I lose. So, though I didn't really know how many creatures there could possibly be that would make me. Jeez. Okay, we're gonna kill our own pack rat off. Lovely. Uh, this game. This is just so sad. Die, pack rat. To be fair, like I don't really think there are actually that many things that you can entomb there, but they definitely had one of the ones that did work there for sure. There's a sacred foundry. We're losing to just a shitty fucking I think our deck is like actually the better version of the two decks that are being played right now, but I just don't think we're going to win. Can't play that. I really don't think Oath is that hard for us to play around, but we did mull to 5 and had no draw spells, so guess we're gonna get ranched. Uh, it's just kind of sad because I really do think I threw the game. Should we play this? I really wish they had played like an artifact so we can turn it into an elk. Is this better to play this or to hold this though? Like they very much Imperial sealed for something. I feel like it makes more sense to hold it than to play it. I mean, maybe we're just getting Beast Within, right? Mm. Could be Through the Breach. That would be pretty good. Yeah. Couldn't be cast. Becomes Okay. Well, maybe we can necromancy whatever they threw the breach. Okay. Fortunately, we're going to run out of mana. Oh, it actually is on the next cleanup step. So you can't even like take it at end of turn. Hmm. If it was cast in Surging Command, the controller of the permanent sacrifices at the beginning of the next cleanup step. I don't know. I guess we should have started playing Oko and making food, and we could have played around this. Though we would have lost our Oko, I guess. I don't know. Nasty to rasty. All right. Well, if I find a discard outlet. It's been a pretty abysmal game. Yeah, I agree. Sure. Hmm. Am I supposed to just go to hand size on this? Or am I supposed to play my land out here? I think I'm supposed to go to hand size, honestly. They drew a Sylvan. I'm pretty sure I'm blowing up some of their shit. But it's gonna be too late, I think, again. I might hit red library. Yeah, I can't. I'm at 6, unfortunately. I really can't hit two things. I don't actually. I with the way my current life total is situated, don't really think I can hit two things either. Maybe I'm supposed to hit Oath and my lands and just go for 15 power. It's probably bad. Oh, I might, to be honest. I totally might. Though they're gonna through the breach us again. Doesn't feel like we can beat that. Maybe we should have to hit these red sources. Huh? Oh, I kind of would have loved that one too. I think we have to go. I can't hit too many of their things because I can't beat removal spell. Maybe I should just make them trigger their oath. They did just Imperial Seal. What if I go red, tropical? Might work. It doesn't beat removal, but well, it does beat removal because then we just go 1 for 1. Yeah. What is this? I think this is fine. We just it's gonna be a little rough. I mean, we went down to 6 life after taking a Kozilek hit, so it's a little bit of a different game. That wouldn't matter. What do they have? Just like a hero's downfall or something? Hmm. I mean, that does mean we get an oath trigger. We go to 3, get an oath trigger. Maybe we could hit Grizzlebrand? I'm not. What am I? This game was very sad days. Just like very sad. I don't think this deck's too bad. The Exhume is gonna haunt me all night, chat. The whole night. All I'm gonna be thinking about is this Exhume. Hopefully we blanked their Imperial Seal. Doesn't look like it. Oh, they pulsed the elephants? Really? Let's do it again. I'm gonna hit this red source again. Oko, the red source, is, I think, too greedy. I'm gonna reanimate the Terastodon, and I'm gonna hit Gruul Signet. So, just Gruul Signet? I think I'd rather have a Terastodon in play. No, we're not casting Exhume. Stop it. We're definitely hitting Gruul Signet. We don't know, but that's what happened last game, and I'm really sad about it. What if I just hit Gruul Signet, Library, and my own Swamp? What if I just hit Gruul Signet and Library? We do the same play as last time. I think I want this Library, or this Bazaar. A little hard to say. They have Through the Breach, and we're pretty sure they Imperial Sealed for it. Though, I guess if they have Through the Breach and an Eldrazi, they can't have Entomb, which is something that maybe we should have recognized. It'd be pretty cool if we came back in this game. I don't think I played it very well, but we're learning. Like, I can't actually attack, right? Because if they just block one chump blocker, then they do an Oath trigger, and we probably lose. Unless I had kept my land, so I could have Oko'd their Oath trigger. So maybe I messed up here pretty badly. think I'm going to attack with 1 elephant and then cast Brutality on 2 modes. But maybe after I Bazaar. This attack may have been bad because it opens up to removal on their elephant. Maybe I should just hit this Oath. Aha, so they did have Through the Breach, chat. They have Assassin's Trophy. Wait. Oh, this only hits opponents, though. Huh. I guess that's true. Removal on the elephant would always work. Yeah, that's true. So I guess the question becomes, do they have another red source in their deck? I don't think I'm supposed to hit this Assassin's Trophy, though. They might not have any red sources left in their deck, but this is still the way I'm going to lose the game, so... I don't know why I activated Bazaar there. It was quite poor. I kind of needed to have... Well, I can actually Exhume now. The problem is all I have is Sundering Titan. I do wish I had not activated Bazaar. Because I want to keep Oko. Maybe I just keep Oko Exhume and we just move on with our life. One, 6, 7. So they're 1 short of a Woodfall Premise. So I can't attack still. Do I have anything left in my deck to remove this? I have a Fatal Push. So I think I should activate Bazaar and just look for a Fatal Push. And just go for the win. Oh, no, they have an Assassin's Trophy, but that would be fine. That would be okay. Because my Exhume targets are just not good enough right now. I would have to have a Sphinx to Exhume. Oh. I see. Okay. I think I'm just gonna attack and then Exhume the Sphinx. And then they have to hit something good off their Oath immediately. I think that makes sense. Oh shit. No, I have black lands. Never mind. I was thinking about like a mid-combat Assassin's Trophy. I'm not doing Grizzlebrand because they have Assassin's Trophy. I have to do Sphinx. But this should win the game. Let's see. Let's find out. Yeah. All right. Okay. Okay. They do have Hero's Downfall that can answer Sphinx, but we knew that. All right, we get to play game 3. I feel like I played that game pretty good. I definitely think there were some things we could have done in the middle of the game that would have made it a little bit easier, but to win that game felt really strong. I also think opponent's deck is just not very good, so I do think we have a better deck, but it does line up kind of weird. Living Death, exile all creatures from the graveyards, and then sacrifice the creatures and put them in. Is this a matchup where we want to be Living Death? Trigon for Oath. I don't really think that's a great idea, because I do have to play Trigon first, and I just don't know how often we're going to do that. Especially with, like, green being a harder color to cast. The only thing I'm interested in is, like, can we actually get an opposition in this deck? Is Living Death actually good against our opponent who has Entomb? I don't think so. I think well, maybe like Thief is pretty bad, right? Well, if they don't have Oath, Thief is not terrible. I mean, Pack Rat looks terrible. So at the very least, we could take Pack Rat out and go Living Death, maybe. I don't know. Should we keep in Fatal Push? I don't really want to keep in Fatal Push. Maybe we should just play this opposition. It's so bad, though. Masterminds, Inquisition. Maybe we do play Trigon, then. All right, I'm willing to give it a try, I think. Do we need a forest to play Trigon? Yeah, actually, this card's uncastable. This card's really, really uncastable. I don't like what we're... I think I would rather just play with what we have already. I don't like that idea very much. If anything, I kind of... opposition doesn't sound good against a Progenitus either. I'm going to run it back. Okay, what do we got? I feel like this hand is bad. We do have a discard outlet and a reanimate spell, but no draw and no reanimate target. I feel like we would rather just London Mulligan this. Too many bad cards. Okay. I mean, this is unfortunate, but I guess this is what happens. All right, well, I mean, I went for a greedy mull on 7, and now we have to live with that. Well, London Mulligan is powerful, but they vamp every game for Oath on turn 2, right? I feel like that's what they've done every game is they vamp for Oath. Oh, they lit library this time. Okay. Yeah, this looks really bad for me, but I have a bunch of discard outlets, so it's possible. Thundering Titan's a decent one to reanimate. The first hand was keepable. I'm not going to say the first hand wasn't keepable, but like this is Cube. We have a powerful reanimator deck and we have the London Mulligan. So I think I'm always mulliganing it to just like there because I think the upside is high enough. And then we just didn't have keepable hands for the rest of the hands. I'm aware, but I only have 4 fatties in my deck, and I had no draw spells. So I think the first hand is a mulligan because this is London, and the rest of the hands just weren't keepable, which is unlucky, but it happens. It's Magic. I agree. Take 8. I do think if we draw a discard outlet, we have a chance. Because I think Sundering Titan should be good against the current board going on. Okay, another seal, sure. I really needed to draw a discard outlet last turn to be very competitive in this game. Okay. I think I might get through the breach, though, which would be... Ooh. Oh, wow. Let's hope we don't get entombed on, I guess. So... let's think. Do we keep Mannequin? Yeah, I guess we can. And just go Signet Exhume. I really hope we don't get entombed on. That would make me so sad. I think we win this game if they don't have entomb, though. Because we hit Sacred Foundry Swamp Forest. They're left with just a swamp at 11 life. And they just Imperial Sealed. Oh, God! This game sucks so much. I hate this. I feel like we're getting wrecked by just one card in our opponent's deck. It's so sad. Maybe the Ulamog's in their hand, though, and they hit Progenitus, which we don't race. I just... oh... it feels so frustrating that this is happening twice. I don't know. I mean, I definitely think we played it right. It's just unfortunate. Yep, Ulamog. We have Oko, right? Not really, because we need to have a green source and an Oko. Just lightning striked me. There's a lightning strike in your deck? What are you doing, opponent? Whatever. Yeah, pretend this doesn't work because... yes, I'm aware. It's just... we needed the Ulamog to be in their hand. Like they shuffled away their Imperial Seal, which is hilarious, but it's not gonna be... like I said, we're gonna draw up to 2, but we can't even get Oko green card because we can only have 1 card after activating Bazaar. So what we really have to do is draw Chart a Course into green source Oko. Can't do it because we don't have a green source. Can we do anything that deals 4 damage right away? Don't think so. We had Time Walk in our deck. We could do it. We actually hit the Chart a Course. Oh my lord. That's funny. This is so sad. So sad. Yeah. We actually have 0 outs. So I wasn't bothering. But yeah, if we attacked, we actually could have gone Oko if we had a tropical island, but we'd have 0 outs in our deck, unfortunately. We don't have a forest in our deck. We had in our bottom 7 cards, there had to be Tropical Island Oko, and we had to draw into exactly Chart a Course. So we had outs, but we had 5 swamps left. That is so tilting. So fun. I think our deck was better than our opponents, but Exhume